PvP, the red versus the pink. Good old fashioned grudge match, honestly, coming down. As we start off a grand finals here on Oxide LE, coming down in the bottom left-hand corner map, spawning all the way to the bottom left-hand corner, the red Protoss player. He is coming out from Atlanta, Korea, currently teamless, however, sponsored by Corsair, which is why I use the mouse that I use. That's actually not why I use the mouse that I use. He is the big boy himself, doing it all for his sugar bears over in the chat, his chat. I mean, we probably have a couple of sugar bears in our chat. He is PartinG.
And spawning in the top right hand corner of Oxide LE, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the pink Protoss representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, DPG. It is Zest.
And yep, tight, yep, and it's, in my opinion, kind of a good thing that we get Oxide out of the way over here, as we saw in the series against Trap. And anyway, it seems like Protoss players want to be a bit more economic, want to be a bit more standard on this map. It's gonna be interesting when we go into something like Jagannatha, right? Or Death Aura. I cannot wait to see Zest try to cannon rush PartinG of all people on Death Aura.
We'll see. I mean, it didn't work out for Zest against Trap, and honestly, I don't think it's gonna work against PartinG if he does do it. But at the same time, it'd be a nice meme. So
It really would.
It would be a lot of fun.
That's why
if
he should do it.
It's true. And as we were talking about Oxide, like, we already casted a PvP here, and we mentioned it then, right? When it comes to Oxide, both players are feeling confident enough to throw down that low ground wall at the natural, get their nexuses up ASAP.
Or at least Zest will get his nexus up ASAP. PartinG delaying it a little bit, wants to play as safe as he can, which honestly I do like a lot. He's getting a shield battery in his mineral line. And that's really important to get if you're up against somebody like Zest, who is kind of known for going at least one Oracle.
Yeah, exactly. Interesting. Both players actually opening up with their Stargates. Obviously, the Stargate of Zest was in the wall, so PartinG saw the Stargate, so he knew he needed to get ready for something like an Oracle. Meanwhile, Zest was not able to scout the Stargate of PartinG.
Yeah, he might get it with the Void Ring. Potentially. Hopefully.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. I mean, unfortunately for Zest, like, he did skip out on the initial sentry, so he's not going for any kind of hallucinated scouts quite yet.
Yeah, really just saying, who needs a Haluk when you can go for the real thing? That's a bit of an unfortunate pylon placement. You gotta cancel it, Zest. Is he gonna get the kill? Is PartinG gonna get the kill? He does not.
And Zest, he wanted to be incredibly aggressive. He wanted to try and contain his opponent with his Void Rays, throw down some pylons, throw down some shield batteries, but he is unable to do so. Meanwhile, PartinG is afraid. He's throwing down a second shield battery.
And honestly, he kind of should be. Zest, as you said, he's a much more aggressive player than somebody like Stats is. He will try to apply as much pressure as he can on his opponent until something snaps. Hopefully it's his opponent, but yeah, he's fine with anything snapping. The Void Ray does go down. Nice target firing coming out from PartinG at the cost of only a single one of his stalkers here.
Yeah, and fun fact, as soon as that Void Ray died, the probe turned around. Again, Zest, we've seen him do this many times on Oxide. He wanted to be aggressive. He wanted to support this army with some static defense, but he just couldn't do it. Instead, he is forced to transition and throw down that Nexus. Which has been done for a while for PartinG.
Yeah. Huh. It's kind of funny to me that PartinG is the one that expands first.
Right. Oh my god, what a proxy.
What? Huh. I feel like we're in Bizarro World right now. Like,
it's funny to me.
One
Yeah.
going for the Dark Shrine proxy against. Okay. Let's see how this plays out.
We'll see. I mean, there we go. The Stasis Ward immediately targeted down. GG gets called. Zest was denied at every turn.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn. I guess he realized how late his expansion was.
Well, it wasn't just that. It was the fact that, like, again, like, his aggression was shut down. His probes kept dying. He lost his void ray early on. Even that Oracle basically achieved nothing. Like, so many wasted resources. And on top of all of that, the natural was late. Like,
True. Might as well get a bit of a fresher start when you get into the next game. Zest is a little overeager to make up for that. Saying go go as he is not in the player slot.
Just wow.
Wow, indeed. I guess that's really what happens if everything, or if literally nothing goes right for you. You know, if the Void Ray denial, if the Void Ray got denied, then that's fine. Zest can still be in that game. If his Nexus was a little late, that's also fine. He's still in that game, but every single time he tried to equalize the damage that PartinG did, or not even equalize the damage, but rather make up for his delayed expansions and delayed macro. PartinG was on point, reflexes of a cat, my god, and here he is on Lightshade Ellie in the top left-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the top left-hand corner. The red Protoss player coming down for the land of South Korea. He is representing himself as he's currently teamless, although I also he's representing love overall. I'll save that for Romanticide. He is sponsored by Corsair, the big boy, doing it for his sugar bears. He is PartinG.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the South Korean Protoss player. He is blue, representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming DPG. Already down 0-1, but it's okay. It's the best of 5. It is Zest.
And to me anyway, I feel like it's, again, kind of unfortunate that we have Lightshade as our second map here. Because I highly doubt either of our players will do something a little bit more out there, a little bit more unorthodox on this map in particular. Lightshade used to be a very popular proxy map, because there are a lot of locations, particularly in the middle, where it's kind of hard to get vision on, but over time, these locations have sort of been getting figured out. Zest was one of those who, I don't remember which game or which series, which opponent he was up against, but he really just hardcore shut down a proxy by his Protoss opponent in the Lightshade that was done. So, yeah, I feel like we're going to get something.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was patience.
Economic. I think it was, actually. Yeah, I think about it.
Wouldn't be surprised at all. But yeah, you're right. It used to be very popular to proxy out here, even towards the southern locations as well. But as we see, it is a little bit more standard here. I want to say that the game that I was talking about, where stats went for a proxy, it actually was here on Lightshade.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Probably, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. But as we see, things are a lot more standard between these two players, and even both players going for their walls, their wall-offs onto the high ground, none of this low ground wall, no max pack shenanigans here. Yeah, all good.
Yeah, you definitely want to be a lot safer here on Lightshade.
I don't want to be overly greedy, especially because the rush distance on by ground isn't too long. It's actually quite short, so don't want to be taking those risks as both players are taking their expansions.
It's the second shortest rush distance in the pool, isn't it?
Yeah, that
and
is.
It's still quite a bit longer than Submarine, but even still, that's not really saying. That's saying more about Submarine than it is about Lightshade.
Exactly. Oh boy. And we do see the first tech of choice was decided by PartinG, as he is going for his Stargate, sending an Oracle across the map. Really what he's doing is he's showing Zest, hey, this is how you control Oracles, mate. All right, like I know what the hell you were doing in the previous game, but this is nonsense, mate.
You want to throw down a stasis ward? I'll show you stasis wards.
Exactly. Oh boy.
But Zest does scout this. Ooh, PartinG going for double Oracle.
Oh my, interesting. Okay, I love this from PartinG. Of course, the Stargate was scouted earlier, and it will continue to be scouted, as Zest did open up with 3 sentries. We have seen this done by PartinG as well in the past. But yeah, this is of course a lot more safer, relying on the Halukes to scout.
It just gives you so much more vision at the start of the game, at least until you're able to transition to 6 observers.
Exactly, yeah. Pig baby style.
So you want, exactly.
Oh, as the Oracle does meet up with his second Oracle of PartinG, so now he can dive in and start one-shotting probes. Ooh, no shield batteries in the mineral lines, but there are a couple of stalkers.
PartinG trying to take a bit of a risk here, but 3 stalkers, that is terrifying. That takes only, what, 3 shots to take out the Oracles. The Adepts are getting a little bit of damage done, trying to target fire the probe! Doesn't quite get it. In the end, only 2 workers get taken out. But PartinG ain't done. He is looking to be relentless with his harass. He wants to starve Zest out as much as he can in the early game.
Oh yeah, and pretty interesting as well. He is opting not to go for any of these mineral lines. He's actually throwing down a bunch of revelations on the main army, even landing on some of the production. So interesting. Because of this, he does have a nice eye on the production, on the timings of these upgrades if they finish in within the revelation. So interesting. And with that information, he realizes how far behind his own forge and upgrades are.
Yeah, he really needs to play catch up now. Does he have a Twilight Council? Now I think about it.
He does.
Does. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. I mean, Zest, he's ahead when it comes to Blink and +1. Again, PartinG, he did spend his resources on his Oracles and his Stargate, unfortunately. So far, they haven't paid for themselves, but they are still alive. They still have plenty of potential.
Yeah, and even without the potential, he's at least able to continue tagging the army here and there. Gets eyes to see when Zest wants to push out. And, I mean, he can throw down Stasis Ward here and there. Shows that's how it's done.
Oh, yeah. He definitely could. As long as he keeps them alive. He has to make sure he babysits them, doesn't lose them needlessly. As the game is slowly getting underway. Zest already finishes up Blink. +1 is about to finish up as well. So he does have a small window of opportunity. He has a timing where he does have a pretty massive upgrade lead. Like +1 of PartinG is so late in comparison. So he will have that advantage when he pushes out and tries to deny this third.
Which he's aiming for right now. He's got the better army supply. He's got the better upgrades, and he's going to keep that for quite a while. Warp Prism going to do wonders to sustain his army, and them sentries, they have quite a bit of energy on them.
That they do. We have a couple of stasis traps, which I love. Unfortunately, they are outside the natural, not outside the third, so they are not going to come into play here. And PartinG, he may be forced. Oh my god, the blink!
Right on top of the Oracles, takes them completely out. And that's going to be it. There's no more utility left over there. The Stasis Ward gets triggered, but only on a minuscule handful of Stalkers. The rest of them are starting to come in. They're getting closer to the Stasis Ward. I think Zest saw a bit of a shimmer there. Unwilling to move forward, instead takes out the third base. Or is about to take out the third base.
Yeah, exactly. He does blink on top of the Stalkers of PartinG. PartinG is trying his best to try and hold on, but the Stasis does run out on the Stalkers of Zest. And there it is. The third does go down. Oh god!
But it Stasis trap does actually get triggered.
Oh boy, yes. Thankfully, Zest does have detection with his main army, so he was able to spot it. He did focus it down. Only gets triggered on one Stalker. And yo, PartinG is playing with fire right now. Like he, oh boy.
He's going far out of range of his shield battery. Doesn't have a lot of energy on that Nexus. Should have enough for at least a single battery overcharge, but we'll see when that happens. Zest not keeping up the pressure. He's content with the damage that he's dealt. And knowing that he's ahead in terms of bases, just backs away. Focuses more on the next phase of the game.
Exactly. He doesn't have to like throw away his lead by like forcing himself through the natural and maybe losing because of the defender's advantage of PartinG. He doesn't want to risk anything like that. So he does back off. As you were saying, he has the third base. It's fully saturated. He has that worker lead and even has the upgrade. I spoke too soon there. He actually has not started +2.
Yeah, he's starting charge to aid in his transition to I imagine Charge-Lit Archon, but not so much the ground weapons, and we've seen it happen against stats.
Yeah.
PartinG with decently upgraded Blink Stalkers, even at a disadvantage, can turn that completely around.
I was about to say I'm getting a little bit of deja vu, but the difference being is that Zest, he does have the advantage of being up in bases, and now we see he's trying to push up the ramp. Ooh, but the force fields of PartinG are good enough.
Chases them away, forces them to relocate or reposition themselves a little tiny bit. And PartinG, he's just playing the elastic defense game.
Oh god, that he is. And now the Zealots are actually going into the natural. At the same time, the main army of Zest is cutting off PartinG from his natural.
But is it cutting him off, or is he getting him right on top of battery overcharge? Zest blinks forward to target down that shield battery. And unfortunately for PartinG, his +2 weapons upgrade did not kick in quite yet. GG's call, and Zest is gonna type the series sideways, 1-1. We're going to our king match.
There we go. We are tied up. GG. Zest was able to take that game on Lightshade, and yeah, nicely done there. Again, the turns were tabled, right? Where in game number 1, Zest kind of went for all this tech and he wasn't able to achieve anything with it. In game number 2, PartinG, he didn't just invest in a single Stargate and a single Oracle, he went double Oracle, and sure, he was able to get a couple of revelations off, but that was kind of it. And he put himself behind when it came to those upgrades, when it came to the Blink.
He really did. I didn't really need to. Well,
mate.
Game is currently full and no longer available.
I left the game and I'm gonna try and join again. Okay.
Alright, we're getting in. It's a little too slow on clicking that lobby link.
Oh good, oh good. I was able to leave, and then you got in, and then you got me in.
Yeah, I'm getting flashbacks to way back in the day when we casted a lot more PartinG.
Oh yeah, he would do like a countdown in chat for.
He would do like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, except he wouldn't wait the actual seconds.
Yeah,
he's counting more like milliseconds. He's like, let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Whew. Thankfully, we did all manage to get into the lobby. Gotta be quick.
Almost twas a crises.
Almost. I've had to whip out the Discord stream again.
Like, how are oracles being made here? Why are they getting Hellions or Protoss players? Anyway, here we are now on Romanticide LE. We're here. LE, of course, standing for Lovers. What did I say earlier on for PartinG? I had something. Concept, but what's the expression? Expression? Lover's expression. That's PartinG. He's representing love, as well as himself, as he's currently teamless, though sponsored by Corsair. He is the player who you want to get your mics ready or potentially your ear plugs ready for. He is PartinG.
And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Romanticide LE, we have the South Korean Protoss player. He is pink. He's currently tying up the series 1-1. He is best. He is Zest. Representing DPG.
He's using his correct color now.
Oh, he is. I'm not gonna lie, when he was blue, I kept confusing him for stats. Like, every single time I spoke about him, I wanted to say stats.
I don't blame you there.
And you would shock me as well, because you were like, oh my god, Zest, like, he's doing this, and I'm like, what? No, it's stats. I'm like, oh no, never mind. Like,
Zest without the pink color feels unnatural.
It does. It's not right. It is wrong. Oh god. Thankfully, he's back though. He's back in where he belongs, as a pink Protoss.
On Romanticide. How fitting.
Exactly. As we see both players once again going for their initial gateways and a cyber core in their main bases above the ramp. Meanwhile, PartinG, ooh, I was about to say he's flirting with a proxy location here, and he does throw down the pylon.
It's about dang time.
Oh my god,
This is why I wanted this to be the finals.
Yeah, what's it gonna be? So the Cybercore is already done. There we go. It is only a gateway, so he's looking to be pretty aggressive with just pure gateway units. Meanwhile, Zest, he has not scouted this quite yet. He does have a probe out on the map, but hasn't gone to check.
Yeah, honestly, that seems like a bit of a dangerous location to proxy too. To be fair, it's pretty far away from the mineral wall, so it's not like Zest is gonna accidentally look at it. But if he just goes up the ramp for whatever reason at any point, it's right there to see.
Yeah, you know what? He just doesn't have a reason. Not right now. And it looks like the gateway will finish. It will go unscattered. We already have 2 stalkers out here for PartinG. Is looking to be ultra aggressive here. Meanwhile, though, Zest, he already throws down a shield battery here in the natural. Zest, when he did scatter across the map, he did see, never mind, he did see 2 pylons, so nothing was really amiss. But, you know, it is a safety shield battery, and we'll see how he responds here.
Well, he's taking a much more defensive posture this time, keeping everything close to the ramp. He sees the proxy, and this is time for PartinG to pull the trigger. The jig is up. He needs to get something done. That shield battery honestly looks a little exposed, so PartinG could have some opportunity here.
Ooh, that he does, and it's going to be really important for him to focus it down, especially because we do have an Immortal that's about to finish up in a couple of seconds.
And he is able to take it down, but right now every single stalker is attacking something else. Shield battery does get cancelled. It's going to be a lot tougher for Zest to hold this, but the Immortal is out.
Ooh.
And look at how quickly it just dispatches these stalkers. PartinG coming in for a bit of a flank.
Ooh, that he does. The shield has already been popped for that Immortal. It's so close to going down. One more volley and it does go down.
But it was able to take out a lot of stalkers with it. Look at that army supply difference. Like, Zest almost double the supply.
He has just so many stalkers, and another Immortal is about to pop out. It's PartinG, he spent so many resources to take out the first one. He does not have enough to take out the second.
That he does not. He at least takes out the sentry, which is something, but not at all the priority here.
Mate, Zest doesn't even need that second Immortal. He was just pushing PartinG away with pure stalker, and there it is. The gateway has been exposed. It will go down.
And that's the end of that. PartinG is gonna have to go home, tail between his legs, try to go for some kind of a transition, but I'm not sure what he can really do. He is ahead in the workers, so just continuing to pump out more and more probes will put him in a pretty good economic position, but the tech is decently in Zest's favor for now. Blink is definitely going to put a stop to that, though.
Definitely. I mean, it is good that PartinG is looking to tech up at the moment. He has to have something going his way. Funnily enough, even though his natural was later, PartinG is ahead in terms of worker count, and I'm a little bit afraid because he's been focusing a little bit too much on tech and on his economy. He needs to be focusing on his army because Zest is pushing up the ramp with 2 Immortals.
Just like so. I don't think there's quite enough force field energy to really block out the army here, like, I gotta tell you.
Oh boy, overcharge does get used, and as you said, there's just not enough energy on these sentries as everything gets focused down.
GG. Zest taking it to match point. This was the aggression we wanted to see from both sides, honestly. Did not disappoint.
Oh boy, and yeah, PartinG, he was just shut down completely with his proxy, and off the back of that, I mean, sure, he was teching up, he was ahead in workers and all that good stuff, but Zest was focusing on his army because he knew, he smelled blood in the water, and he just ended the game, mate.
He's like a shark.
Exactly.
He's tall. No.
It's just never
Intellectual.
ever growing, mate.
Ever growing, yeah.
Hey, it's Sunday, mate.
It is, and it's Easter. This is the real reason why ESL decided to reintroduce the EPT points on this day.
Exactly. Oh boy. And now Zest, he only needs one more, and then he will be our newest, our first EPT champion for this new season of EPT Weeklies.
Yeah. He'll already get himself a little bit ahead there at the start of Pro Tour, but we'll see if that happens. We are on Defora LE. Please do not disappoint me, Zest, as we load into the bottom right-hand corner map, starting all the way in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. The red Protoss player coming down from the land of South Korea, currently teamless, although sponsored by Corsair. He is the big boy. He is the big voice. Get your earplugs ready. He is PartinG.
And I don't want to take this from you, mate. Potentially for the final time. Oh my god! As we see a cannon rush, mate, who do we have? Who do we have here?
In the top left-hand corner of the map, spotting all the way in the top left-hand corner. I was hoping he cannon rush, but I'll settle for being cannon rush. He is the blue Protoss player from South Korea. He is best. He is representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, DPG. We have Zest.
DPG?
I'm gonna be so sad when Defora leaves the map pool, and this is the reason why.
Exactly, as PartinG is trying to go for that cannon rush. PartinG does have a probe on the high ground, but he just doesn't have any cannons. He just can't get him up. Oh god, finally he does start one, but it's too late.
It very well could be. Zest, even though he's walled off, blocked off from the main natural, he actually has enough probes in each location to be able to take out cannons. The Zealot out on the other side, but you know what? Yeah, it does finish. That's actually kind of unfortunate for Zest over here. One cannon will get up, but no probes can get in, Light.
No probes in for either player. Zest, he has a bunch of probes that are stuck outside, and PartinG is committing to this, and Zest is not responding.
Zest, you have to realize this is happening.
He sent his Zealot across the map. He needs his Zealot here to defend.
Oy vey. He's getting a couple of cannons now to give him a little bit of crowd control, a little bit of SimCity, and just a way to zone out the probes of PartinG, but I feel like it's too late. I can see the H-match so clearly, like...
This gateway will go down. That means the probes are free to enter the main base. Recall gets used, so the Zealot does come back home. And it looks like this cannon here for PartinG will go down.
It's cannon!
Yo, but you know what? PartinG has so much room to work with.
He really does. All he needed was for those probes to get in. And Defora, very open main bases that you've got.
He didn't recall the Zealot.
What did he recall? Probes?
Did he miss the recall?
I think he might have. And the cannons and just about everything is depowered here for Zest.
Yeah, maybe he did recall the probes? Question mark from the low ground, I guess. Yeah, but you know what? Now everything is depowered here. The cannons are not working whatsoever. PartinG is continuing to throw down more cannons to take out the forge, and I think this is going to be it, mate. Like Zest, he has no production. He can't make any more Zealots. His lone Zealot died across the map.
He's getting a couple of cannons out now, and they're concentrating their forces. Shield battery will keep him in the game for a while longer. This does give Zest a bit of an advantage, and now he's starting to remake his gateways. It's... Oh my lordy, Light! I'm so happy we got to catch this game. GG! Zest is gonna be your ESL Easter Edition champion.
Wow.
I have the biggest smile on my face. That was the most appropriate game to conclude our ESL Asia on.
Oh my god, what a crazy game. Like Zest, with that, honestly, that shield battery was the MVP. Even though Zest's cannon was later than that of PartinG, because of that shield battery, it was keeping Zest's cannon alive, and he was able to take down the cannon of PartinG. I thought PartinG would have a lot of room to maneuver around with and throw down more cannons, but I don't know if you saw...
What would they be in range of if you did?
I mean, probably the gateway. But
maybe.
But if you saw that pylon towards the south, that PartinG got up was actually in range of the cannon. Yeah, and that was GG, mate. Oh god.
Beautifully done. I thought PartinG was gonna teach Zest a lesson. I thought he was gonna say, "This is how you can rush on Defora, Zest." I saw your game versus Trap.
Uh huh.
It was Shibal. But no, Zest teaching PartinG a bit of a different lesson. GG.
Yeah. Like
Zest is so on point.
We can see on the stream right now, like PartinG looks like in an amazing position right now, right? Like everything's depowered, like the cannons are starting to get out of control. He's throwing down more cannons and more pylons, but little did we know, yo, Zest, like with his defensive cannons and shield battery, he was able to hold on, and he did it.
He did
Wow.
it. I guess PartinG, he depowered a lot of things, but because cannons, they are static. He didn't really have a way to move forward. Zest just needed to buy himself enough time to get that one cannon repowered and that one shield battery up. Oh my! I want to see, honestly, like Pig analyze this game on stream somewhere. Send it to Artosis. I want to see somebody just freak the heck out.
I loved it.
It's one of those rare opportunities where on the one hand, I'm so glad I was able to cast this, because what an amazing game to conclude the tournament with. But on the other hand, I just want to see every other caster, Steadfast, Pig, Inu, everybody else, and their reactions to this. It was beautiful.
It really was. It really was. GG, well played. Zest does prove himself to be the best Protoss in Korea. Stats was here, so was Trap, so was PartinG, Zaun, Haas, and they all paled in comparison to the man who is best. The Rain reincarnate, if you will.
I'm not sure I go that far, but I mean, it's looking that way. And you know what? All these PvPs, I think it's pretty vital, because next 1 week 4 days, wait, when is that? I can't do the math on that. 15th of April, Zest is going to be playing on his GSL group, and mate, it is the group of PvP. Trap is in it, SOS is in it, Armani is the only non-Protoss player.
Oh boy. That's gonna be a match to tune into. Definitely.
It really is.
Or a group, I should say. Wow, just what a day of StarCraft. It did go by pretty quickly, to be honest. As I quickly checked.
Yeah, I was expecting this to go for at least an hour longer. That's I actually made plans for like later on in the evening, because I thought this tournament was gonna go on a little bit longer. But yeah, it's kind of fortunate how. Oh no!
What's up?
I was like, yeah, it's pretty glad, because that we had a bit of. I'm kind of happy that we got a bit of a shorter tournament, because that means I have more time for my assignment. Then I realized I have to work on my assignment now.
I was about to say, it's a good thing. You gotta work on your assignment. You can get through it, but
now I remember that I have to do it.
Feels bad, man. But yes, thank you everyone for tuning in today to the now new time slot for ESL Open Cup Asia.
Yeah, this is gonna be how we're going as things progress. And I just opened up the Wikipedia page for this week's Open Cup Light. We've had 2 Zerg players, 2 Terran players, and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 Protoss players sign up today. So hopefully we can get Solar and Björn and all of the other regulars on Monday ESL Open Cups to sign up again in the new time slot. Dios mío.
Yeah.
Santa Maria, save us from the Protoss players.
Nah, mate, embrace the Protoss players. Again, this is nothing new when it comes to ESL Open Cup Asia. It's all about
Not
the
to
PvPs.
this extent.
I mean, mate, if you look at the previous one, let's have a look at the history of this tournament here. Last week was the exact same, except there was 1 additional Zerg player.
That counts.
I guess. Hold on, I'm sure there was a week where there was like 1 Zerg and 1 Terran. I'm sure.
Oh no, that happened a while back. I remember that. I think the 1 Zerg player I want to say was Solar, and the 1 Terran player was Dream. Somehow Dream still made it to the finals. So.
Yeah, I found it. It was ESL Open Cup 58. As
kind of recent.
There are a couple of additional names there, but I would argue that they are they aren't notable.
Quite on the same tier. Yeah, not quite on the same tier.
As Dream being the only Terran, the only notable Terran. Oof. But
ouch.
But yes, thank you everyone for tuning in. Again, we'll be doing this quite regularly every single week now with ESL Open Cup Asia. with this brand new time slot. When it comes to Demi-C Weekly, we will not be covering it this week, as we just covered 2 tournaments in a row, Battle of the Americas and ESL Open Cup Asia. Doing a third, I would die, I think.
Straight up,
yeah. But we'll see what happens. Demi is planning to reschedule it. If he is able to, that'll be great, and we'll be able to cover it. If he is unable to, then I do have a couple of plans up my sleeve. I know Jet is always up to cast the Demi-C Weekly.
Exactly. We might get some.
I was about to say that due to Steel Mold, resigning from his IRL job,
it's not NDA anymore.
Feels never ending, mate.
We can talk about. Oh, wait, what? Really?
But because of that, then it is possible that Steel Mold alongside Alex could be the regular casters for Demi-C Weekly with Kuro doing production. So that means that we wouldn't have to give up on any of our broadcasts, and we will still be able to commit to that. Not this week, since Steel
Sundays
still...
are going to be packed. Yeah, he still has to work for, I think, another week, but after that, free is to win.
And that means that'll be the first time that we broadcast 3 tournaments in a day. Not 3 tournaments in 24 hours. We've done that before plenty of times. But 3 tournaments in a day, that's I mean, mate, we got plenty of StarCraft here on this channel.
Within less than 24 hours. Yeah, Sundays are going to be packed up tight. Oh, Lord. Everybody better, just clear your schedules that day if you just want to, huddle up in bed. Enjoy a lot of StarCraft coming down from the Americas, from the Asias, and from the Oceanias.
Exactly. Oh, boy. So
we
are...
And you know what? I don't know the details on this, but I know Steel has been asking around, trying to see what his options are. I know he does want to potentially cast maybe Proxy Tempest or some other EU weekly events. If that happens on Sunday, yo.
Point to bear in mind, Proxy Tempest is not a thing anymore.
It's not. No, I meant something like Proxy Tempest, not Proxy Tempest itself, but a weekly that's like Proxy Tempest is what I meant.
Yeah, we'll see if that happens. I know obviously he's always there for I almost said Alex Azalis when it comes to the Queen's Gambit. But that is a bi-weekly event. That is not a weekly. So if Steel needs something to satiate his StarCraft desires,
save off the dementia.
Yeah, keep him sane in some way, keep him grounded. We'll see if we can find something for him. Something that's a little bit it's not too intense, but yeah, we'll see. I'll talk about it with Kuro. Yeah, if we can get him in for a Demi-C Weekly. That is of course if
might have plans too.
Yeah, that is of course if Demi, retains Demi-C Weekly at that Sunday time slot and doesn't move it. But we'll see.
I think it would be better overall to just reschedule in general.
Yeah,
I know a lot of players do want to play. Yeah, a lot of players do want to play in tournaments, but they don't quite they want to spread it out, right?
Yeah, I mean, we just saw Beastork and Starduck were here for ESL Asia. For them to compete in 2 tournaments in a day is a lot.
It's a lot. It's pretty training.
Definitely. But with that, we are done for the day. As you can see on the screen right now, we will be live tomorrow with NA Apprentice Code S Season 2 semis and grand finals. I'll be casting that alongside Melty tomorrow morning. That will be on, here we go, that will be at 9 a.m. KST, which I believe is 10 a.m. for myself. So that will be in 18 hours. We'll be live with plenty of NA StarCraft. Oh boy.
I'm trying to come up with a copy pass of Vindicta. I haven't no, I think I did actually.
Was it good?
You weren't a fan of it, but Melty was willing to accept it.
I
was like, God. Spam this dicta for old mate. No, spam this licka for old mate dicta.
Or
was it Victor?
Shaking my head. It was Victor, I think.
For old mate Victor.
Shaking my head, mate. But thank you everyone for watching. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Yaku, where can people find more of you?
Having a meltdown through my webcam. Twitch.tv/Yakuzaku1. My term ends next week, so I should be streaming. I have a couple of ideas. I want to take a bit of a page out of Steele's book and do a bit more variety here, diversify a little. Although then again, I do still have to do placements because new season starts next week.
It does. Unless they change it again.
Variety. Yeah. There's gonna be some variety coming down. Twitter.com at Yakuzaku. I will announce when and what I do stream through there, and exclamation mark Discord in the chat. Find myself, and if you find me, then I'm so sorry. I am so sorry if you find me in Discord in the next couple of weeks. It is not gonna be a pretty sight.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But yes, you can follow me at light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter as well. I will most likely be streaming some ladder sessions throughout the week. I need to get back into ladder grinding. I do miss competing and playing this game. Or you can also tune into a couple of Final Fantasy streams, which will be sprinkled throughout. But more importantly, if you want plenty of StarCraft action, we have plenty of it here on this channel on the CranKy Ducklings. So consider checking out our Facebook, our Twitter, our Instagram for when we go live. We post on social medias all the time, or you can join our Discord channel where we also post when we go live, and all the Ducklings are there if you want to interact with us, if you want to hop into voice calls, if you want to do some team games, some customs. We are all there and usually available if we're not having a mental breakdown and working on our assignments. Yaku. And with that, thank you everyone for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and we will see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Ciao. We're going to raid most likely the Zerg girl. Give her plenty of love.
Hey.
Ciao.
Mela.